Hello and welcome back, everybody. So we are going to finish up with Andrea Hutchinson and Tian Pierce, my former upline. She's talking about, sorry, I moved the camera. She's talking about her Shopify store, and this is the video. This is the whole thing that encouraged me to get a Shopify store. And this is the whole thing that encouraged me to start inventory loading. And I was told that I could become the Amazon of paparazzi jewelry. So with that, we're going to continue on, and I'm going to continue to point out the manipulation tactics in this whole video. So let's get started.
So you talk about sacrifice. My babe just came home and I'm like, I'm live, I gotta do this. And there she goes. It's the truth.
So if you were to give three tips to a new consultant or somebody that has been in it for about a year or two, what would the three main tips would be?
The three main things I would say are, number one, don't be afraid to put yourself all in. When you recognize that
paparazzi convention where they talked about all in, and they gave you a poker chip. So here's the first thing. Be all in.
Number one, has a price point that you're not going to find anyplace else. Number two, the jewelry is beautiful, and as a consultant, you have an exclusive role like a celebrity stylist to bring them jewelry to their home. That is an exclusive service. And then number three, with that, when you put yourself all in, be fearless. Post on Facebook, post on Instagram, get excited. So many people are so nervous.
What was the second point? Okay, let's do that again.
Because you recognize your strengths that you want to have in other people.
So
what's inspiring? Hello. This is my daughter. She helps me. Hello.
Bless you for your mother.
So you talk about sacrifice. My babe just came home and I'm like, I'm live, I gotta do this. And there she goes. It's the truth.
So if you were to give three tips to a new consultant or somebody that has been in it for about a year or two, what would the three main tips would be?
The three main things I would say are, number one, don't be afraid to put yourself all in. When you recognize that paparazzi, number one, has a price point that you're not going to find anyplace else. Number two, the jewelry is beautiful, and as a consultant, you have an exclusive role like a celebrity stylist to bring them jewelry to their home. That is an exclusive.
Oh, so make yourself like a celebrity stylist is point two. Okay.
Exclusive service. And then number three, with that, when you put yourself all in, be fearless. Post on Facebook, post on Instagram, get excited.
So be all in, act like you're a celebrity stylist, and be fearless. Those are her three takeaways. Okay.
So many people are so nervous to admit that they're in direct sales. Don't be nervous. Instead, embrace it. And then number two, this is my husband, Jeff. He's going to close the door for me. That's okay. It's a family thing, you guys. And then number two, I would say don't give up on yourself. This is the hardest thing. So many women struggle with self-esteem and self-acceptance in ways that it hampers their ability to be a business owner because they talk themselves out of it. They don't want to go live because they're tired or they're afraid or they're nervous, or if they throw albums up this week and nobody buys them, they don't want to do it next week. Don't think like that. Imagine yourself exactly where you want to be.
Again, we're talking about don't giving up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going. Consistency. I'm seeing a trend and I'm seeing a pattern here. Okay? I'm sure you guys see it too.
Before I ever went to Paris for the first time, I would dream about it. I would picture it. I would find pictures of Paris and I would just say, I will be there someday. And now, Paris is one of my most favorite places in the world, and I go almost every year.
Paris is a beautiful city. I will be going again in 2024. There's a lot to see and do. I love the TV show Emily in Paris. In fact, I've binge watched it. I want to watch it again, but David might not like that. But I love the city. It's the city of light. It's a city of beauty and really good food.
And a lot of that is because of paparazzi. I have the freedom to go. I don't have to clock for time out at my job because this is my job. And I get emotional because I'm one of those people that now realizes.
But the nice thing is if you do have a job, you get paid time off for it. I'm just pointing that out. When you're in Paris on vacation doing paparazzi, you don't get paid. And unless you're home working your Shopify store and filling those orders as they come in while you're in Paris, unless you have somebody doing that for you, you're not getting paid. You're not making money.
That if you don't give up on yourself, and if you don't give up on your dreams, and you just...
That's another thing. While she was in Paris, did she buy new releases while she was in Paris? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
Push for those goals. They will happen. I remember I asked Danielle Dodson, she's another elite consultant that I just love. The first
Name
time
dropping.
I went to convention, I said, how do you get people to join your team? And she said, I have 14 teammates. And I was like, wow, 14. She is now a heavy hitter, and she has thousands, right? I guarantee she didn't give up. So don't give up, wherever you're at.
Danielle Dodson now has a myriad of team members. This is back in 2019. I don't know if she's still active or not. I should probably look that up. So we'll keep watching her, saying, don't give up, be all in, be fearless.
Post those albums. Go live. Even if no one watches, still do it because your video will be searchable on Facebook. Just don't give up on the fact that whatever your road is going to be, it will work for you because when you're ready, it will come. Number 3, invest in your inventory. The only reason why my website is so successful is because I have lots and lots of jewelry. And if I didn't invest in my inventory, I would not be able to offer my product. It's like having a restaurant and having 2 dishes on the menu. No one's going to come. So don't be afraid to invest in your inventory. I suggest when you sell one, buy one, and then save 10% of your profits. That's a formula I find that works to add to your, not only your savings account, but it allows you to purchase product in a realistic way. 2, when I'm talking about investing in inventory, you can share the pictures that paparazzi puts out for their new releases, and then you can drop an album and just say, I want to show you the variety that paparazzi had. Give me an emoji for the things that you...
Invest in your inventory. This right here. We're going to go back to this just a little bit. So yeah, don't give up on yourself. But here's the other thing. Invest in your inventory. Re-listen to this. I'm going to debunk it.
Why my website is so successful is because I have lots and lots of jewelry. And if I didn't invest in my inventory, I would not be able to offer my product.
So this is something that she drilled into me. If you want your website to be successful, you have to have a lot of product to offer. So you need to have a wide variety of things to offer. That's why your website will be successful. Yeah. So I was constantly being told to invest in inventory.
It's like having a restaurant and having 2 dishes on the menu. No one's going to come. So don't be afraid to invest in your inventory. I suggest when you sell one, buy one, and then save 10% of your profits. That's a formula I find that works to add to your...
But for me, she said, sell 2, buy 1, when I quit and said I had amassed a ton of debt. So again, when you sell 1, buy 1. But then you're in a deficit. So yeah, this...
Not only your savings account, but it allows you to purchase product in a realistic way. 2, when I'm talking about investing in inventory, you can share the pictures that paparazzi puts out for their new releases, and then you can drop an album and just say, I want to show you the variety that paparazzi had. Give me an emoji for the things that you like and the things that you don't like. You don't have to buy every new release to show every new release, because your goal as a consultant is to give as much of a peek into the world of paparazzi as possible. Don't be afraid to do that. So number 1, just stick with it. Don't give up. Number 2, keep your inventory fresh and wide and diverse. Shopify is a website for my personal inventory.
Keep your inventory wide and diverse. Oh, there's so much to unpack with that one statement alone. But if you have, and you guys have seen past lives where Savvy Be Smart sent me inventory that was wide and diverse, that she ended up being stuck with. How many consultants who are ex-consultants now are stuck with inventory that is wide and diverse that they can't sell? How many pieces of inventory? And I'm going to go look through her website, and I'm going to find pieces that I was stuck with, that I was told to invest in to make my inventory wide and diverse. I'm wondering how many of those pieces that I ended up stuck with are still on her website today. So I'm going to look that up, and I'll do another video on that.
It's not my replicated site at all. My replicated site I still have, and I can direct people to that, but my Shopify is my personal inventory only, and I have about 3,000 items on there. So I've taken a lot of time. Yeah, sell 1, buy 1, and save 10%. That's my formula for success. Don't go into debt. Don't be overwhelmed. The new releases will keep coming. I promise you, you're not going to miss out, and it keeps getting better.
She did say that, but they don't really push that. Don't go into debt. Don't get overwhelmed. But they may say that to protect themselves, but they don't encourage that. Okay? So she said at this point she had over 3,000 pieces on her website. Well, now she has less. Okay, she has less than 3,000 pieces, but she still has quite a chunk of things on her website. Okay, and if we go to shop category, shop by category, collections, say we go to, let's go to whatever her signature series is or whatever. I'm pretty sure if you go by old to new, and you sort by old to new, I want to see anything that's in stock. Okay, and then I want to sort by old to new. Yeah, it's gonna show that those Fashion Fix trend blend sets are not as popular because she's stuck with pages and pages of them, you guys. So it makes me sad. But, she had to have a wide inventory, and she was very, insistent that you subscribe to Fashion Fix. But yet she has Fashion Fix sets from last year. She has over 11 pages of Fashion Fix pieces available on her website. Yeah. Just pointing out that too.
Better. One thing I wanted to share too, if you're new, don't be overwhelmed. Take time, build your business page, go live, just take time with it and embrace it and enjoy it and have fun being a consultant. Don't worry about your sales. The sales will come because we all love the jewelry, and ladies can't find $5 jewelry anyplace else that gets delivered to their house. Just enjoy the fact that you are representative of this wonderful company and the good positive things that it represents and the beauty and the happiness that you can bring to the women that you interact with. If you start thinking of yourself as an ambassador for good instead of a salesperson, I promise you your business will turn around. Because for me, I've always said, I don't care if I don't sell anything during my life. Did I have a moment where someone was sitting on their couch and they felt better? Because I have ladies going through divorces, ladies that have chronic illness, ladies that are elderly and coming to terms with that, or ladies that have self-esteem issues and they don't feel beautiful. And then we come together on that live, and when we hang up and we're done, they feel better. It's a sisterhood, and embrace that, and I promise you your sales will increase.
Oh, really?
Also, too, this is huge. This is something that my husband taught me because he's the CEO of his own company. It's a pretty big company here in Utah. And he told me, he said, you must be prepared. And I'm so glad because of my website and being prepared. I ship from home. I have the scale. I have the printer. And yes, I invested in the $200 thermal printer. You don't have to do that, but I do because I want to make sure that when I have those 200 orders that come in over a weekend, I can process them fast. So if you build the infrastructure of your business, be prepared. Have the labels, have the packaging, have your lives, everything set up with the numbers. If you're prepared for a strong business, start thinking big time. When you get there, you're not going to be overwhelmed. Too many ladies kind of start small and stay small. I think if you just find somebody that you admire and then start asking them how they built, create a mentorship relationship, and then keep notes of things that you need to do to build your business. And for me, I wanted to ship from home, and I wanted to make sure that I could handle the infrastructure of so many orders. And because I have the website that tracks everything and I can ship and track my inventory from one place, it's a lot easier. I do see some consultants that are big right now, and they're trying to build websites, and it's really, really hard. So if you're small, that's good. Start building small. And any of you that are watching me, I will help you. There's only so many TNs on Facebook, so find me, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions because I know how overwhelming this can be. But just don't give up. I'm not elite yet, and I don't sit and feel bad about it because I know if I was meant to be elite, then I would be elite by now. And I have to remember, too, that elite comes from my team. It's not me. So I need to mentor my team. I need to work with my team, and I need to see where their strengths and weaknesses are so that I can build them to a point that they feel confident enough to do what I'm doing, because it makes no sense for me to be at the top of the pyramid doing fantastic and everyone underneath me is struggling. I want to make sure that I'm an effective leader as well. What advice do I have for getting customers to my personal website? My personal website or my replicated website? My personal website, I drop a lot of links on Facebook. Also, too, I use Google Ads. So I have a Google Ad account, and then I use keywords like paparazzi accessories, paparazzi jewelry, paparazzi consult.
Okay, so she uses Google Ads. So she pays to advertise herself on Google. Okay? That shit ain't cheap. And I know for a fact because she encouraged me to use Google Ads to get people to my personal website. And let me tell you, it's not cheap. That shit ain't cheap. It is very expensive. And, all of these things that she's telling you guys, I implemented. I started small and I exploded when it came to inventory. So, Ellie, what do you want? Ellie's having a difficult day, so I'm going to pause real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, back to Tian.
And I pay for a Google ad account so that when you Google those keywords, I come up in the search engine. And it has paid off tremendously. My website grew 600% in the last month from Google Ads. Use the technology to your advantage. I'm trying, honey, I'm trying. There are so many ways for you to be a smart business owner. Shopify to me is the best platform because it tracks my inventory. You saw that gorgeous website. It looks professional. I can actually ship and print out.
Why did Tian never become an elite leader? I don't know. I'm hoping that me calling her out had a little something to do with it. But why did she quit paparazzi? Her husband is the CEO of his own business. I don't know what that business is. I don't know what he does. But if you were a CEO of your own business and you saw multitudes of lawsuits from this company, if you saw the compliance issues, if you saw the lead nickel free claims come down, if you saw the quality of your product diminishing right before your very eyes, if you had more of your product coming in broken than intact, you would rethink being a consultant for this company, which is the myriad of reasons people have quit paparazzi in this last year. The top reasons people have quit recently is the lead and nickel free claims. The second reason is the quality of the jewelry has gone way downhill. And the other thing is, all the lawsuits. People don't want to be associated with this company, especially when these lawsuits come to judgment. No matter what that judgment may be. And I don't think it's going to be in paparazzi's favor. I really don't. Because they have yet to provide their testing results showing that their stuff is lead and nickel free when it's not. I mean, they've been claiming it up until last year. So all their testing results from years past, where are those? If you are lead and nickel free, where are those old testing results? It's a really good question that we should ask, but of course, no. So yeah, she never became elite, and I always have to wonder why.
Packing flips everything from Shopify. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I feel like because I took the time to build my website and have all of the inventory in place, I didn't have to play catch up. So by the time the orders came in, I had a ton of inventory. I just go pull it and then it's easy and I ship it. It's so easy. Also too, customer service. Can I talk about that for a second? Many people are not nice and they will write to you as though you were doing them a huge favor. And please be kind. Always, always, always say thank you to your customers. I include one of these in every single one of my orders, if you can see it. And then I always write them a card. And then I always include a business card, which I will show you here. I get these on Vistaprint. These aren't even my cute ones. These are just the free ones that I get. I always write a thank you note. I include a packing slip that shows the items that they order. I give them a little present. And then anything that's not in its original packaging, I ship in one of these. And then on the outside of every package, I put a little sticker.
And again, money. Cost. Organza bags, not cheap. Those little gems, buying them in bulk, not cheap. Business cards, not cheap. Stickers, not cheap. All of these things are costs. They are costs to a business. Does she mention the cost? No.
And I find that makes a huge difference because people look forward to getting packages that are pretty. I've ordered before from other consultants and I love them. Please don't think I'm being negative. But when I plop open a cardboard box and my jewelry just falls in my lap and there's no receipt and it's not packaged, I'm like, what? So I want people to feel like they're ordering from an exclusive boutique when they order from me. So my goal was, when I started building my brand and my website, is I wanted to be as professional as possible. When I go live, I want to look like someone off QVC. So I have bright lights. I have a clear webcam. I make sure I always have good jewelry on, and I do my hair and I do my face, right? And I try to look nice. I wear the paparazzi jacket from the back office and I zip it up and it's got a little paparazzi thing on it. And I feel like if I can represent the company as though I am the company, then people will invest in me because I look clean and fresh and professional.
And again, she's representing the company. She's not a business owner. Again, I'm just going to keep drilling this point home. Apparently something's at the front door. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay.
And like a consultant that you want to shop from. And then when they get their package and it smells good and it has little presents in it, they'll come back and order again. And I'm so grateful for that because I feel like when you put the time in to give a quality product, it's going to stand out from the rest. And I get it.
I did the same thing because I had a part-time gig at Pier 1 just to get the discount. And I bought little gems like that to send in my packages too. I did.
It's a hard thing to be successful in direct sales, but these are just little things that I've done that make a big, big difference. Mainly just using Shopify. That has turned my business around by having that website. And then also, too, you guys saw that picture of that collage of the Life of Party items. I do a daily wall drop where I pick 3 items. I take a picture and I drop it on my personal timeline. It sells like every time. And it's taken time for me to build up a customer base. I have over 1,500 people in my VIP group, and I have over 1,000 that like my business page. You're going to hear those numbers, and you're going to think, oh, I'm never going to be that. Well, I can promise you, when I first started, it was like crickets, right? Like nobody was in my VIP group, and it was like pulling teeth to sell anything. But that was 2016. Over time is where you see success. So don't give up now before you get there. Is that my little business page? Yeah, see my pictures. That's Instagram. So yeah, so I drop things like that, or like the wall drops. You can see those collages, hashtags. So another thing I would ask, I feel like I'm like giving you like information vomit, but it's just, there are so many tricks that make this excellent. Take your own pictures. Those are my Fashion Fix pictures. Use PicMonkey. That's PicMonkey for the text and the extra graphics. And then I use Vistaprint for my promo info, like my pens and my cute little things. That's my front door with all my stuff going out. Just real life. Right? And then my husband has to say things about porch thieves. But you know what I mean? It's like, I just show like my real life and I try to be as consistent as possible. Yep, that's me filling orders. I'm very consistent. I live off of Rockstar sometimes. you can see by looking at these images, you get a real...
I copied her so much because I see a lot of the things in these images, and I'm sorry the video quality sucks, but I copied her so much with the bracelet stacks, with the pretty pictures, with me posing, with my makeup done. I did a lot of things that she did.
quick sense. You have about a 30-second margin to convince people they need to shop with you when they first encounter you. So my goal was, I want to put out there that number one, I've got the goods. So if you want that new stuff, I got it. And then number two, I know what I'm doing because I'm very consistent. And then number three, I want to have something that's appealing. So for me, I've created a brand where you know I've got the jewelry and I post it right away and I'm consistent because you'll see me live 3 times a week. You'll see my wall drop so you know what's coming. And I also try to like put a little bit of my personality into it. I love Paris, I love traveling, I love Boston Terriers, I love tacos. So I talk about that. Oh, Andrea, scroll up real quick for a second, show them that video. Another thing that I did, you'll see it at the very, very top. If you click on videos, you'll see the very first video. And you'll see, I want to show you guys something cool that I did. Okay, that video right there, Perez Hilton, he's a celebrity blogger and stylist. He does red carpet interviews. I paid him to do a video cameo for me. And it wasn't very expensive, but it's cool to have a celebrity endorsement. So there's a whole bunch of cool things you guys can do as a paparazzi consultant.
Again, she paid for Perez Hilton on Cameo. This is before Rudy Giuliani was on it doing stupid Dave Lincoln stuff. But this is a paid for promotion. Paid advertising. He got paid to give her a shout out, celebrity endorsement. Ooh, ah. But she paid for that, you guys. And I thought, oh, I'm never going to get a celebrity endorsement. Well, I didn't know she paid for it because I didn't know about Cameo at the time. But, you know, I thought that was like, oh, man.
Shopify website, I have that celebrity endorsement. Instagram, YouTube, post your videos on YouTube. I download every video off my business page and then I upload them, as you can see right here. The business page is incredible because you can create watch lists and different categories for your videos. And then I also use PicMonkey to make cover pictures for each of my videos. You can edit your video, and then you can select a thumbnail image, make one on PicMonkey with your face on it, and then put it up. But you can see there's just a lot of ways you can make your jewelry stand out from a business perspective instead of just posting albums. You know what I mean? So I just try to use the technology to the best of the advantage that I can. And, you know, I just try to be real about it. Another thing Andrea did that inspired me is she said, find things that interest you and implement that into your business. So I do makeup. I used to be a makeup artist for TV and film. And so I will actually go live on my personal timeline, do my makeup, and then put on my jewelry. And I find that that will increase the people that engage with me. And then in turn, they will shop with me.
Now, I didn't know that about her. I just learned that yesterday, actually, that she was a makeup artist for TV and film. She had some reviews from her makeup artist days that were not good. But, you know, she was doing makeup for people for free for their weddings and stuff, and they left negative reviews. Well, you get what you pay for, people.
So consistency is everything. Everything. Because imagine if I had stopped going live and stopped posting pictures after that first 6 months when I decided to give up before I went to convention. Where would I be now? So for me, consistency, it pays off in several ways. Number one, you want to be searchable. I can't tell you how many people have joined my VIP group because they've said to me, I Googled a paparazzi consultant, or I Googled.
The question that just popped up, do you feel consistency is the success to your business? Consistency is success in everything, you guys, okay? It's consistency. Exercising 3 days a week to keep your body mobile, consistency. Exercising 5 days a week to lose weight, consistency. Eating more vegetables, eating more protein, consistency. Consistency is key to everything. Building your brand, building your Shopify store, building your viewership. It's all about consistency. And yes, life happens. But as long as you are consistent and trying to keep people engaged, you will continue to grow. But that's the same in everything in life, you guys. Everything. Okay? You don't need a multi-level marketing company to be consistent in something or to push you towards something. It's about your desire, your passion, what you want. It has nothing to do with paparazzi, Pampered Chef, LuLaRoe, or any other multi-level marketing company out there.
Google paparazzi on Facebook. If I didn't have a ton of content, they wouldn't find me. So it's almost like a numbers game. If you go live 10 times, are you going to be as visible as a person that's gone live 200 times? So that's consistency paying off over time. I would say I've seen most of my success in the last 3 months. 3 months. So what did I do the first 2 years? I kept going. Because if I had given up, I wouldn't have gotten here. Does that make sense? So And I'm here talking to you even though I was like coughing up a lung 20 minutes ago. It's like, I just don't give up. I always say to myself, I'm like, Tian, you're like a weed. They can pull you, they can douse you in like weed killer, but girl, you're gonna come back. And that's just a factor of my personality. So take stock. If maybe you're ready to give up, stop and think about, yeah, you're starting over every time. Stop and think about what's waiting for you. I've never doubted that I would be elite. I never doubted that I would ever get to where I wanted to be because I knew I was taking the time to build the steps. And I wanted to make sure that when I did get there, let's say I'm processing $200 worth of orders a day, which has kind of been my norm lately, which is a little overwhelming, but because I took the time to have a platform where I can print my shipping labels, bag everything and put it together, and I already know how to do all of that, it goes pretty quick. So I didn't hit it like out of the gate really fast, and I'm okay with that because now I know how to process at that level. It would have been overwhelming and I couldn't have done it at the beginning. And so for me, the 2 years that I was building up to this point, and I'm not even elite, you guys, but I feel like you see a lot of these consultants that have huge teams. And
So that was the thing. She didn't have a huge team, but she was constantly pushing me to recruit because she wanted to reach elite. And it was after this and after she was getting pushed by her upline to push her downline for more recruits. That's how she was recruiting me to, she was pushing me to recruit, and I refused. But that's the way this started to spiral for me. So Andrea Hutchinson was really pushing her, and in turn she turned around and really pushed all of us. But it's really sad that it was because of this big push by the greedy uplines that a lot of people ended up inventory loading and putting themselves into debt. And after this video, there were over 3,000 paparazzi jewelry stores on Shopify at one point. There isn't as many now, but Shopify was making a killing off of paparazzi consultants. You know, helping them build their website. And then paparazzi saw that they were losing money by not offering something like this, and so, you know, they started offering paparazzi Premier, you know, earlier, you know, a few months ago. But was this really years in the making? Again, no, I don't think so. I think paparazzi Premier is the result of subpoenas that have been sent to the company for discovery purposes, because, you know, the FTC wants to see where this jewelry is actually being sold and who it is being sold to, and they couldn't prove that outside of their consultants. So yeah, I think that's the whole reason behind Paparazzi Premier, and they saw a money-making opportunity by having people use Paparazzi Premier and pay for Premier instead of having to pay for Shopify. So there's a lot of people that are fully vested in their Shopify store, and there are some people that are like, meh, I could do without it, and it's cheaper to go to Premier, so they'll go to Premier. But honestly, I wouldn't want paparazzi tied to all my banking account information. I mean, at least for Shopify, the money that you earned off Shopify was deposited into your account. It wasn't deposited onto a debit card. You got it deposited into your account. Does Premier do that? I don't know.
And they're selling like $12,000 worth of jewelry a month, and you can't quite relate. I'm in the middle. I'm the girl that started out small, gave up for 6 months because I wasn't getting anywhere, went to convention, had a huge aha moment, and then just dug deep. I do the wall drops every day. I'm live every week, at least once, but I try really hard to hit 3. I share new releases every day, and I engage in my VIP group every day, several times. I kind of live on my phone and social media, but the reason why is because that is my platform. And then also too, when I came back from convention last year, I had to make some very serious adjustments in how I was a leader and how I worked with my team, and also too in how I approached my personal business. And so I don't mind taking a look at the things I need to do differently and making some change. Don't ever be afraid to look at yourself and say, you know what, I got to work things out. So if you want to start getting big, here's my advice to you, is to find someone that you admire. For me, it was Wendy Sharp and TA with Spread the Sparkles. I love her. She's darling. She was like my North Star. I would watch what she did. She would do Tip Tuesday on YouTube. I thought, okay, I'll get a YouTube channel. So then I Googled how to start a YouTube channel, and I just figured it out. And I didn't need anybody to hold my hand. I just did it. And I didn't announce it either. I just went behind the scenes and did it. And then I realized that you could sell on Instagram. I've probably gained 20 or 30 customers from Instagram alone. And I'm so grateful for that. So then I Googled how to sell on Instagram. I started looking at what made Instagram successful, and I started adapting to those changes. I saw the girls that had Z Collection pieces named after them had websites. I thought, well, golly, I'm going to go build a website. So I started Googling how to build a website on Shopify, and it took me months. But you know what? I just never quit. And then I start seeing people like Corey Lassiter who post like cute selfies and they're happy. And Stacey Chappie posts new releases every day. Like all these women, I started seeing the things that they did. And I just started doing what they did, but in a way that worked for me. Do I share new releases even though I don't have all the new releases on hand? Yes, here's how I do it. I will post an album in my business page with a graphic.
Yeah. If you don't get all the new releases, do you still show them? Yeah. She told me to do this. You download every piece of jewelry, regardless if you got it or not, to your website to bring people to your website, but then you just mark it as sold out. Even if you didn't get your hands on it, you would mark it as sold out to drive sales to your website.
Like that says new releases. And then I let people know that this is subject to availability. And then I will invoice. I only invoice once a week, otherwise I would go crazy. And then I invoice on Fridays. And so what I do is everything that I order, I will download the pictures that you can get when you hit Flow Profile in your back office that shows your most recent order. You can download all the images into a zip file and extract those. I do that. And then I post those pictures, hang on, in that album. And then the new releases I didn't purchase, I will go on the paparazzi's website. I will download the image of the light box. So for the images that I use for the items I purchased, I use the model images. So they're in color and they have the model wearing them. For the images that I have not purchased, I use the light box images. So that way it kind of distinguishes between what I have on hand and what's available for pre-order. And then I put in the pre-order picture, I say, I hope this is making sense, you guys. I'm on Daypo, I'm so sorry. I put in the image caption, I say pre-order item subject to availability, comment for me to purchase on your behalf. That way, when I post an item of the model, let's say if I post this, I will say Z collection, then I'll give the name, and then I will say quantity times 4. So that way people know how many of that item I have. The pre-order item, I say I will purchase it on your behalf, and that it's not always available, so they better act fast. And then I generally will make the purchase that night so that it doesn't leave the back office before I get to it, because you guys know how that goes. That's how I do it, and I find that that's a great way to keep your customers seeing what's new, because let's be real, nobody really goes to a replicated website. I have a few customers that will log on and kind of check the new releases, but that's what you're there for. If it was that easy for people to buy off paparazzi would not be direct sales. They would just be paparazzi and everybody would purchase from them. But because you are the consultant, you are the representative of paparazzi. So
because you are the consultant, you are the actual customer of paparazzi. Yeah, you are the one that knows when those new releases drop. You are the one that goes in and buys at a FOMO frenzy every single day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, sometimes 6. To get those hot new items and those new releases. I hate these yes queen yeses, but yeah, she is preaching to the Kool-Aid choir, peeps.
You be the one to show people what's out there. Also, too, here's a little tip. Don't tell, okay? This is only for you. If you download every single new release item, and then you create an album on your business page, make sure that you copy and paste the name of the item as the caption to the photo. Why? Because those consultants that wanted to buy those cute coral earrings that sold out today, or the customer that wants them, if they Google the name of that item, who are they going to find? They're going to find you because you posted the name. If you just post the picture, nobody can Google an image, really. I mean, you can do that, search Google by image, but you want to have the name of the item associated with.
Yep. I just said this, you guys. She told me to do this. Someone's out there trying to break up all the sheets of ice that are in our neighborhood right now. Okay, so yeah. Last night we had freezing rain in Seattle. So, I mean, Ellie can't even walk on it. I mean, she's having a hard time. Yeah, I'm talking about you, miss. In fact, she went out this morning to go potty, and she ended up slipping, and I think she hurt her little hip. So she's been super duper snuggly today. But yeah, it is, my doctor's appointments were all canceled today, so there isn't anything for me to do today except sit around the house and watch YouTube and make YouTube content. So, yay for that.
The product, that's how people Google. So for me, that was really, really important. As I would post items in my business pages, I would always attach the name in the description, so that way, if people are looking for like these gorgeous earrings, then I would put tropical trailblazers, just like Facebook, just step, you'll never know till you try it, ladies. Right? I hear so many women that won't pursue their business, and my question to you is, then why did you buy a kit? Why did you invest in a business if you weren't willing to invest in yourself?
Why did you buy a kit? Because I wanted the discount, and I was hoping for some good stuff. And I bought the $300 kit because I was like, Christmas is coming and I can give a bunch of it away. Yeah, it spiraled out of control very quickly. It was like a rapid, out of control dumpster fire. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, why buy a kit? And why invest in this business? It's not a business, honey. You're a 1099 employee. But keep telling people that they're business owners.
You're going to have to, I don't know how you're going to do it, because this is the hardest thing for me, is you're going to have to confront your fears, and you're going to have to say, regardless of if I fail, I will do this, because I will absolutely fail if I don't. And I'm one of those women where it just doesn't occur to me that I can look stupid and fail. I'm willing to just do it. And so I do not have that glitch in my head that says, Tian, maybe you might flop, or maybe you shouldn't. Now that
And you have a very successful and rich husband who can support you in this. Not everybody has that luxury, Tian. And you fail to recognize that fact. How many women that joined your downline, that joined your team, had the financial means and the actual support of their kids working for them and their husband working for them and building them a bling room and having the business knowledge that they have? How many people in your downline had the same support and knowledge that you had? Not a lot. Not a lot at all.
that doesn't mean I don't get nervous before I go live. I totally do. Or I don't mess up. I mean, I've knocked my mannequin over with my behind. You guys saw me, I was coughing a few minutes ago. It's like real life, right? But I want my business to succeed more than I want to give in to my fear. So for me, I just decided that I'm going to go whole hog into this and give 100%, because at least then I'll prove whether I'm right or wrong about whether this business can work. If I never try, well, then I'll absolutely fail. And I'm just not content failing. Does that make sense? So for me, it was just a matter of, I'm going to give it a go. And then be the kind of person that can adapt. So when Andrea posts something and I'm like, ooh, I like that, I will go implement that in my way. Don't copy the style of another consultant. Don't copy the name of another consultant or try to be like them, because that doesn't do any good. If you love Cocker Spaniels and, Frappuccinos from Starbucks, then start talking about that every day and make the cute little graphics with, the dog and the Frappuccino and the jewelry, or you know what I mean? Be careful of logos, but you know what I'm saying? And then just put it out there, because people are looking for a relationship more than they're looking to buy jewelry. You can go buy jewelry at Walmart for $2. But the thing is...
Exactly. And you can get some of the paparazzi jewelry at Walmart for $2. I love that she said that under her thing. But yeah, her thing was definitely her French bulldogs and her tacos. She loved tacos, and she talked about tacos all the time. Taco Tuesday was her thing. She loved tacos. But the other thing is, you can go live and talk about all of this, but the thing is she again is honing in on its relationship marketing, building relationships. It's very manipulative.
Not going to come delivered to their house. So hustling to get new pieces. Don't go broke trying to get the jewelry, because it's always going to come. But take the time to be on there. I set an alarm on my phone. I don't think I have my phone in here. It's in the other room, for 12:55 every day for me.
Yes. She told all of us in her downline to set the alarm on your phone to be ready 5 minutes before new releases drop.
Yay, I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this. I'm just giving you a stream of consciousness. I just don't have a plan. Right, so this is why this is so great that Andrea does this, is that watch the replay, and I tend to talk kind of quickly. Pause it, write things down, because I'm just going to give you, it's like I'm cracking open my brain and then popping it out there for you. And you're going to hear the same messages. Yeah, faith over fear, be consistent, do it. I would say the only thing that makes me a little bit different from anybody else is, number one, I just will never, ever, ever give up. And I don't care about what is going on over here, because I'm too busy focused on what I'm doing. And I just find that if I just keep at it, that eventually it will come. And that's usually the best formula. For most people, yes, focus on your own grass. Don't stress it, you guys, because I'm sure at one point Andrea could look at someone else in the company and say, why aren't I like her? But so many of us look up to Andrea now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know when your time in the sun will come, but you want to be prepared. Because I'm telling you, if I didn't have my printer and my labels and my packages, and I didn't have a firm idea of how to roll these packages out, like setting up a pickup from the post office, all these things, I would be drowning and not knowing how to process these orders. But
Exactly. We need a brainstorm coffee date. She doesn't drink coffee. She drinks Rockstar. She's Mormon. She doesn't drink coffee. She drinks her caffeine in seltzer water.
Because I took the time to get the infrastructure in place, totally cool to do it. You guys, Andrea is a rich resource. A lot of what I learned from her, and I'm grateful for that. And don't be afraid to be a self-starter. Like, go make it happen for yourself. Don't be upset with your sponsoring team or anything that you feel may not be serving you, because honestly, you just don't know what that person's doing in their life. And it takes a certain something to be a motivated business leader. That's why we're all not millionaire, self-improvement speakers and authors, because it's very difficult to be a true, genuine leader, but you can develop.
But have you guys noticed? This comment blew me away. We're not all motivational speaker millionaires, but who's attempting to go into that genre? Erica Cole. Erica Cole is trying to be a self-motivational speaker. She's building her brand. She has her book dropping. She is trying to make a name for herself as a motivational speaker. And she has the following to do it. I'm pretty sure just like Taylor Kirby with his GoPro people and the fact that he's written chapters in people's books and he's collaborated with all these upline elites and he name drops them all the time. I am pretty damn sure that that is what most everybody in a multi-level marketing faucet wants to do. They want to be a motivational speaker. They want to be Tony Robbins. They want to be Mr. GoPro. It's like the evolution of multi-level marketing. I mean, look at what's her name, Jessie Lee Ward. I mean, oh my God. Give me an effing break, you guys.
All of that capacity in yourself, and you should anyway, because if you're going to develop a team, you will need to have those resources to draw upon in order to lead them forward. But don't be afraid to link arms with the people around you. I have learned from consultants that are not on my downline and consultants that I've met all over the country or just at convention. And when they ask me questions, I'm willing and game, because there are no, what do you say? There are no fences between us. We're all on the same side. Yes, you are responsible for yourself. A little bit of background too is I'm 41 years old and I've raised most of my kids, so I do have a little bit more time during the day. Be realistic with your time. And if you work full time, you can still do this business because, yeah, I'm 41. I just have a really good life, you guys. Take the time.
How old was I in 2019? I think it was 42. Like, how old was I? Now I gotta do math because now I'm curious. Okay, so this is in 2019? Okay. I was a year older than she was. Yep, I was. Makes me sick.
Time to prepare for your lives. Get everything out, lay it out, get the numbers ready, have time to just take a couple of hours to get ready for your week. Also, too, you can schedule posts on your business page. So let's say you want to post a motivational meme every Monday, Motivation Monday, hashtag, right? So select, 4 or 5 pictures and then use the edit feature to put your own name on the image. And then you post that and schedule it for Monday at 11 a.m. every week until July. And then you have now created engagement on a Monday basis every week that you no longer have to go back and visit because you took time to prepare. There are so many ways you guys can enrich.
That actually was something that I did appreciate. She had me do something similar. I did Wear It Wednesdays, and I spent a day doing a whole bunch of, selfies and doing Wear It Wednesday and asked people to post selfies of themselves wearing the jewelry to keep engagement up on my VIP group and my business page. But it was honestly just flooding the market. And some of these stupid posts still show up on my timeline like every single day, and it's like PTSD now.
Your business, and I've talked about them like Monkey, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube allows you to share your videos to 1 million platforms after you publish it. Just start looking at social media influencers and start looking at the platforms that they use and start thinking, how can I put paparazzi out like that? And don't be afraid to just take that leap. And I was going to say, there are a lot of gals, I talk to so many women who for some reason, I don't know who convinced us all of this, but we think we're not good enough. Like, we're not beautiful enough, we're not thin enough, or we're not smart enough, or whatever the case may be. Everyone's dialogue is going to be different. For me, it's my weight. I struggle with that. So for me, that's my challenge, that's my hiccup. And you guys may watch this and be like, what is she talking about? But that's because it's my hiccup. You've got your own hiccup. Learn to recognize that and realize that it's absolutely not even real. Because a worry is something that you're afraid of that hasn't even happened yet. Don't even stress that. Just try to do what you can today. So if you're watching this and you even have an inkling of inspiration, go on Paparazzi's website, download 10 pictures, post it to your timeline, your VIP group, and your business page, and say, what up, world? I'm a paparazzi consultant. These are my 10 best items today, and just see what happens. And then if you want to learn more ideas and tricks, watch this video, watch the replay, write down some of the things that spark an interest for you, and then pursue it. And then be fearless about your follow-up too, because people that register on your site as a consultant, did you know you can send them a message in your back office? So every single person where I get an alert that says, ooh, we have a new customer, I log into my back office, I send them a message, and I'm like, welcome to Paparazzi, this is my replicated website. You can see everything Paparazzi has to offer, but I also have a personal inventory website. I'd love to have you shop with me, and then I give them a link. That way it connects all of my platforms together. So if you find me on YouTube, it's easy to find me on Facebook. It's like you want to make sure that you're doing the best you can to use the technology.
Okay, so yeah, society pushes women down and we gotta rise up. But here's the thing, women, and this is to all women, we gotta stop pushing each other down too. Because that honestly, truly happens. So I'm going to put this over real quick because new releases just dropped, and I think it's weird that they're releasing new releases on the 23rd. I mean, it's it's like Christmas, you guys. But yeah, it's 12:01 and new releases are dropping because they've been doing this all week. And I remember, I mean, it's not Christmas Eve yet, so we'll see if anything shifts. It's usually a whole minute in because the consultants get a minute first before the general public gets to see what they're shilling today. So we'll see what happens. Let's give it a second. And I'm going to refresh one more minute and see if anything new pops up, because if not, we're going to go back to TN. Doesn't look like they are dropping new releases today, which is shocking, so that's good. But yeah, look at all the same crap, different day. Same stuff no one wants. So let's go back to TN. But here's the 10 best items I have. Yay! Okay, so let's go back to this. We only have 5 minutes left. Thank goodness for that.
Technology that's available to you. I agree. I don't know why women struggle with this idea that we're not good enough, and then that influences how we behave. I see so many consultants that just struggle with this idea that they're not good enough. And I'm like, lady, don't even worry about that. I mean, you got IT, right? And you've got time and you've got a little bit of energy, and it doesn't take much to just say, you know that person that if you close your eyes and you think about her and you think about the kind of girl that you used to be or that you want to be, if you embrace that version of yourself and take time every day to create a little bit of her, eventually you will become that person, because that's what you're focused on. If you're focused on the negative or your faults or your flaws, or maybe you're in a headspace where maybe you can't be as open or as happy as you would like, take realistic stock in your life and then make those adjustments so that you can be that person that you want to be, because that's going to make the biggest change. People can tell right away. Think of that friend that gripes all the time, and you know if you're going to have lunch with her, you're like, oh man, I know how this is going to go. People already know you. They already know what you're about. So take stock in the kind of person that you are and think, am I the kind of girl that people would want to have lunch with? And then if not, then push forward to be the kind of person that you want to be. That's just basic life advice, and I tried to take it myself. And so there are days when I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so grouchy. I don't want to do this. I'm tired. Or maybe my kids are driving me crazy, or I have 10 loads of laundry, or whatever the case may be. I try to see the bright side. At least I have a washer and dryer. At least I'm not dying of cancer and making peace with leaving my whole life behind. I have all my hair. You know, my teeth are pretty decent. And I just try to think of the things I'm grateful for. I do not have to haul a bucket of water 2 miles across the Sudan to feed my children.
Toxic positivity. So this, you know, and I'm one of those people that, I choose not to gripe and complain. I've been really bad about it lately because I hurt everywhere lately, but that's just because my health is in a spiral. But she's like, oh, I have 10 loads of laundry to do, but at least I have a washer and dryer and a home to do it in, and you don't have to go and find a roll of quarters and take it to the laundromat like most people who aren't as privileged as others. I mean, there are so many people that are over at the laundromat around the corner from my house right now because they don't have the luxury of having a washer and dryer in their home. And they have to haul everything over to the laundromat, and then they have to spend the day there fighting for a machine so they can have clean clothes. That's not fun. I mean, it isn't. So yeah, if I had 10 loads of laundry to do and I didn't have a washer and dryer in my house, yeah, I'd probably not be that positive about it. I'd be like, oh God, I gotta go to the laundromat. But you know, that's me.
So when you start thinking about things like that, you realize what a rich, blessed life you have, and then take paparazzi and incorporate that into that happiness and just say, you know what, you can search the whole world over, but you're never going to find earrings like this for $5, and guess what, I deliver, I'm better than Domino's, because I'll send it to you with a little sparkly, and we get to hang out and talk. Oh, thanks, it's easy. I used to have really long hair and I cut it off. I just try to incorporate that kind of thinking, and I find that it benefits my business, because who you are is how your business will be, because it really is a brand in and of yourself. And so I've taken time to kind of incorporate that into my thinking, is what kind of brand do I want to put out there? And then how do I create this culture of paparazzi, this little microcosm of paparazzi? How do I create that? And then how do I get it to as many people as possible? And that's what sparked me into thinking, I want to have my own name. I want to have the same colors. I want to post every week at the same time, the same content. It's like you're a channel. That's the best way I can describe it. Oh, there's my house phone. My life never stops, you guys.
So you guys, thank you, Ian. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We have enjoyed it. And make sure that if you just join us right now, make sure that you watch the whole replay. And I am going to be putting this on YouTube so you can share it with your team members. And I'm super excited. Thank you so much, TM, for your time. And I loved everything that you said. And I cannot wait to see the future. Yay. Oh, we're excited. So
I hope it was helpful. I hope it wasn't just rambling. It's so hard to condense it all.
And we're gonna wait on. We're gonna challenge you to do a YouTube, a YouTube video on how to do Shopify and how you did it. So that's
right.
Yes. So you're going to use the screencast, or whatever it's called, and then you can show us your screen on how you do the stuff and then upload it on YouTube. Okay. So that's your challenge. But we love you at the end, and thank you guys so much. Make sure you take all the information that she has given us and don't give up, okay? Don't give up. Don't compare yourself. And basically,
And be
what you
all
want to know,
in.
that's me. I'm like, that's totally me. That's totally me. I didn't focus on my brands. I didn't focus on somebody else's. I looked up to someone like that person was Michelle Johnny to me, and I just looked up to her, and then, you know, I learned everything that she had to teach us, and then I had somebody else from another company. I started finding different coaches and different people that are top earners in other companies, not just paparazzi, and I'm like, oh, I love what they do, and I started learning. And then when I didn't know how to do something, I just Google everything. I'm like, how do you do this? Okay, you're not helping me. Let's go to the next video.
Yeah.
So I love it, and I love Tian, and I can't wait to see more of her. So thank you guys so much, and we love you, and thank you, Tian. So
Bye,
we'll
you guys.
see you later. You have a great day. Bye-bye.
Again, I'm pointing out the swelling in one hand versus the regular hand over here. It just, it hurts. All right.
Internet world, welcome to my channel.
All right, so a lot to unpack there. Just a lot, really, to unpack here. This, it hits close to home in so many ways, because this was the video that encouraged me to start my Shopify store. This is the whole thing that started me thinking I could be the Amazon of paparazzi jewelry. This is the whole thing that caused me to go into debt and to lose my 401k and to give all my money to this multi-level marketing company to line people above me's pockets. And I was told I could do it as long as I was consistent, as long as I aimed high, as long as I was all in, as long as I made this my full-time career. I fell for it. I took the bait, and they reeled me in like a sucker fish. Yeah, because you remember another elite called us the sucker fish. I was a sucker fish. Don't be a sucker fish. I'm so grateful that Tian has quit this company. I hope she has not moved on to another multi-level company. I hope that she is going back to nursing, because she is sorely needed in the nursing field right now. And I encourage her doing no harm in the nursing field instead of doing harm in a multi-level marketing field. So with that, I'm going to close. If you like paparazzi jewelry and you want to shop for paparazzi jewelry, since Tian is no longer an active consultant, her website is right here, Gembox Accessories. By all means, go and shop her store if there's something that you want or that you are looking for. Because I think that's the best way to support someone, is someone who is getting out. Don't support people that are still active in this company. Support those who are getting out. I think that's the best way to be supportive of your friends and family members, is help those who have seen the light, help those get out, help those get rid of the inventory that they've clearly loaded up on. This seasonal sensation, I had that in my store. But yeah, be helpful to those who have quit. Support their store now that they're going out of business. I mean, there's nothing wrong with supporting someone who is now going out of business. I don't support this platform at all, but you can definitely go and pick yourself up some Blockbusters or some pretty bling. But I'm grateful she's quit. I'm grateful that she's out. And I hope that she, in turn, turns around and encourage others to quit as well. I hope that through her seeing the light, I'm hopeful that because of her situation, I hope she reaches out to all of those that were in her downline and all of those that she interacted with and encouraged to join this company. My hope is that she reaches out to all of those people and tells them, hey, this is a lose-lose proposition. You don't make money unless you recruit. I think you would be better off leaving this company and its manipulative platform behind And I would love to see her encourage a bunch of other people to quit. And I would hope, and this is me again, I would hope that she would go live on YouTube and share her story as to why she quit. And if she has something to say to me, by all means, say it. I'm a big girl. I've got my panties on. I can take it. But I would really love to hear your why. I would love to hear your why as to why you quit. I think it's important that you share that story. You shared why people should have a Shopify store. And you shared how you grew your business from 2016 to now. And now you're hanging up your hat and the time is done. But again, I'd love to know why. So, Tian, that's my challenge to you now. Go live and share your why. Join the movement of anti-MLM. And let others know why you quit. And be honest about it. Why did you quit? What motivated you to hang up your hat? I think it would be beneficial for the world to hear that story. And with that, I'm going to close. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you again for being here, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.